Good morning, dear students. In the previous session, you learned the business risk. So, what is business risk? And also you learned the nature of business risk. So, if the business risk means here the uncertainties are going to happen, here whether they are going to get a profit or is whether they are going to incur a losses. So, that is called as business risk. So here, what are the causes of business risk? So in this session, here we are going to learn how to start a business and also what are the causes of business risk. So here, causes of business risk. So here, causes means reasons. What are the reasons for business risk? So here, in the first reason is natural causes. In the first reason is natural causes. So what are the natural causes means here the floods, earthquakes and heavy rains etc. are the natural causes. So here we are not able to control this natural causes. Because of that we are unable to, because of that here we are going to incur a losses is known as natural causes. So in this business risk, what causes of business risk means in that first one reasons. What are the reasons for business risk means in that first one is natural cause. So here the natural cause means here the natural calamities are going to incur a losses. So here we don't know when the floods are coming or we don't know when the earthquakes are going to happen. So in that cases here we are going to incur a losses. For the present best example is COVID-19. So in that cases here the many business are getting losses. So our education is also going low. So because of that here our education because of that the natural calamities institutions are going low and because of that we are in a loss. We are going to incur a losses. That is the best example for natural causes. In the first one is earthquake. So dear students, make a note of this. Here this question is for 4 marks. Earthquakes, famine, lightning, lightning. So these are the natural causes of business risk. Next, floods, etc. So these are the natural causes of business risk. And the next one is human causes. Next one is the important one is human causes. So here humans in the first class we have said here the humans are the best resources of the business organization. Human resources are the best resources for the business organizations. So here the human causes include here unhappening events like dishonesty. Here they are going to work in dishonesty. That means here they are going to waste their time, carelessness about products, careless, etc. So these are the human causes, and also here they are going to make lockouts, the company lockouts or organization lockouts. These are the examples of these are the causes of human causes. And the next one is here the economic causes. So here the economic causes. So the economic causes means here suddenly changes in the prices. The prices may be increases or the demand may be decreases for a particular product. These are the best example or best causes for the economics. So what are the economic causes means here the decreased demand for particular product and also prices may increases for a product, increasing price. and also the customer tastes and preferences. Customers taste and preferences, etc. So these are the main economic causes. So in this business causes, these are the three main causes, and one more thing is other causes. So here other causes means, so the business risk may arise due to a political issues. Due to a political issues. So these are the causes or reasons behind a business risk. Once again, I am going to repeat these points here. The first one is natural causes. So the natural causes means here the human beings are not able to control a natural calamities like earthquake, famine, lightning, floods, or heavy rains, etc. And the next one is human causes. Human causes. So the human causes means here the persons or employees, the workers are going to work dishonestly or carelessly. That means here they are going to carry a products in carelessly, and here they are going to spoil a product. This is the main risk for the business. And the next one is economic causes. So the economic causes means in the third one business risk, here the automatically the demand for the particular product may be decreases, and also the particular product price may be increases, and also the frequently customers' taste and preferences may changes according to the present situation. So this is the economic causes. And the next one is other causes. So the other causes means the main thing after knowing this business risk, here that also includes political issues. These are the other causes. Now let us discuss with how to start a business and what are the factors we need to start a business. So here one by one we are going to learn in this session. So next important topic is starting a business. Starting a business. Basic factors. Basic factors. So if we want to start a business enterprise means here we need similar basic factors. First here we have to plan how to start a business, how to run the business successfully, what are the type of business here we have to start, whether in that business here we are going to earn a profit or not. These are the things here we have to keep in mind. So here we are going to learn one by one. In the first one is selection line of business. Selection line of business. So a selection line of business means here the entrepreneur, the first thing is to know whether he is going to start his business in industry and a commerce, whether he is going to start his business in a industry or a commerce. You already know the meaning of industry. So the industry means here they are going to convert their raw materials into a finished products, and here the commerce means here they are going to buy and sell a goods and services for a customers. Is known as commerce. So whether the entrepreneur is going to start a business in a industry or a commerce. So that thing here you have to clear. Industry and commerce. Whether he is going to produce a new product and that product will be sold. That thing here you have to think. And the next one is commerce. Whether the manufacturing goods, here he is going to buy goods from other manufacturer, and after he is going to sell the goods is commerce. So the industry means here he is only innovatively here he is going to purchase produce goods and that goods will be sold by a entrepreneur. So that kind of line of business here we have to choose. And the next one is size of business. Size of business. So here the size of business means here the entrepreneur may or else the business must have to think whether he is going to start large scale business or a small scale business or a medium scale business. So whether here you have to think that whether it is a large scale, or medium scale or small scale. That you have to think. If you is going to earn a more profit means here you can start a large scale business, but here you have to run the business step by step means here you have to choose medium scale business, or else here you have to learn more things means here you can start a small scale business. So these are the sizes of business. First here you have to confirm with the which kind of business here is going to start, whether it is a large scale or a small scale or a medium scale. Next, and third one is choice of form of ownership. So a choice of form of ownership means with respect to the ownership here, whether he is going to start his business sole proprietary, that means only single owner, the only single person is going to make a business, that he has to think, or with the partnership or two or more persons are going to share the profits with the partners, here we have to think, or else with the joint stock company. So like that we have to think whether they are going to start their business in a single hand or else here is going to combine their business with the other person. So here the choice of business means here in the next choice of form means the different kinds of ownership, whether he is going to start the business in a single ownership or with the partners here he is going to start, or a joint stock company. This is known as choice of form of ownership. And the next one is location of business. Location of business organization. Location of business organization or enterprise. Where he is going to locate is business enterprise. So in the if we have to start the business means where the business place must be located, and any mistakes in regarding to the result in taking a good product or else he is going to earn a profit means because of that here he have to locate a particular or a perfect place to run a business organization where the business organization is located. So here we have to choose main thing here so in location of business organization means here we have to locate a business organization in a proper place. That means the availability of raw materials and availability of goods and services, and the customers may reach the particular place. That is known as location of business organization. Here you have to locate the business organization in a correct place. And the next point is financing the proposition. So financing is very important. So the financing is a lifeblood of business. So here it requires a capital investment for the business organization. So it requires a capital investment for the business organization. Here we must invest for the business organizations like a fixed assets. So the fixed assets means fixed assets. What are the fixed assets means? The first one is building, land, furniture. business organization. And the next one is current assets. So the business requires the current assets also. So what are the current assets? Means raw materials, stocks, and also bad debts. So these are the current assets for the business organization. So the financing the proposition means here the business enterprise or the businessman or entrepreneur is going to start a business means here he requires a capital investment for the capital assets or capital investment in a fixed assets and as well as the current assets. Without fixed assets or the current assets, he is not able to run a business organization successfully. And also here you have to keep three main things in financial planning. In the first one is the requirement. Of capital. How much capital is required to start a business? First thing here you have to plan in a financial planning. And the second one is sources. Sources from the capital will be raised. What are the capital? If he invests more capital means what are the sources he can be raised? Sources from the capital can be raised. And the third one is the best ways of utilizing a capital in the firm. Best utilization of capital. Without wasting the capital, here you have to utilize. Utilize means here you have to use the capital for a business organization. These are the three main points here you have to plan for a finance. So first, the fifth point is financing the proposition. So the financing is very important for starting a business organization. In that sense, here we require a capital requirement for the fixed assets and as well as the current assets. And before he is going to start a business, here we have to make a financial planning to start a business. In that sense, here we have to keep three main points in his mind. In the first one is the requirement of a capital. How much the capital is required, whether it requires more capital or a less capital. And next one is whether if we invest in more capital or less capital, whatever the capital it may be, here we have to get sources from the capital can be raised. If we invest more capital means that capital may rise. That means here we have to utilize the capital in a proper way. These are the three main things here we have to keep in mind. Understand? And the next point is physical facilities. To run the business. So the availability of physical facilities including machineries and equipments. So the physical facilities means availability of a physical facility like machineries and equipments and supporting services as important to the business organization. These are the physical facilities. And the next one is plant layout. So the plant layout means the arrangement of this physical facilities in proper way. So the plant layout means arrangement of a physical facilities in a proper way. It is known as a plant layout. Now, let's move on to the next point. Next one is competent and committed workforce. So the next main point is competent and committed workforce. So the business enterprises here the entrepreneur must appoint committed workforce means here the business entrepreneur must appoint a good skilled persons, good skilled or managerial persons to perform their outcome. So here we are, if we appoint a good manager, good skilled person means here we are going to get a good outcomes from a production is known as work competent and committed workforce. And the next main point is tax planning. Tax planning. So nowadays the tax is very necessary for every business organization. So before we are going to plan something or before we are going to do something means here we have to think about the tax liability in advance. It is known as a tax planning. And the next one is launching a business enterprise. After seeing these basic factors, here the entrepreneur must decide how to start a business. Here the entrepreneur must launch his business. These are the main steps that keep in mind before starting a business. So first, and again here I am going to repeat this point. Starting a business means here the included basic factors here we have to fulfill or here we have to plan for the successful business organization. In the first point is selection line of a business. Here what kind of business here we are going to start, whether it is a industry or a corporate. And the second one is size of business. So whether we are going to start business in a large scale or a small scale or a medium scale. And the next one is the third point is the choice of ownership. What kind of business here we are going to start, whether with the single ownership we are going to run the business or with the partners we are going to run a business or with the joint stock companies. And the next one is the location of business organization. Here we have to locate a proper location for the successful business organization, because here the availability of raw material must be near to the business organization, and also the customers may visit the business organization easily. In that cases the business can make growth very quickly. And the next one is financial position. So the financial position is very important because it is a lifeblood of a business. So here the financial position means here they require a capital investment for the fixed assets and as well as the current assets. Here the fixed assets mean land and building, machinery, etc. And here the current assets means raw materials, bad debts and stock. These are the things here they have to know in the financial position. And the next one is physical facilities. So the physical facilities means availability of the physical facilities including a machinery and the equipment. So here everywhere in the business organization physical facilities must be available for the workers. And the next one is plant layout. So the plant layout means here the business entrepreneur must arrange a good equipment or good plant layout for the workers. It is known as plant layout. And the next one is competent and committed workforce. Here the business entrepreneurs must appoint a good skilled workers, because here they have to get a good outcomes or good desired results from them. So the next one is tax planning. So nowadays the tax is very necessary for business organization. Before starting a business here they have to advance plan for the tax liability. And the next one is launching a business enterprise. After seeing these basic factors, here they are going to start a business with the availability of resources with a minimum cost. These are the main basic things to start a business. So dear students, this is the end of the chapter. So once again I am going to review or recall the chapter. So here in the previous sessions you learned the meaning of business. So the meaning of business means buying and selling of goods and services with the motive or with the objective of earning profit is known as business. So in the simple terms, business means the word business is derived from busy. So here the busy means being busy, always engaged in with some other activity is known as business. So the business activities, the society is going to perform various activities like economic activities and the non-economic activities. Here they are going to arise a question like what are the various activities in business. In that first one is economic activity and the second one is non-economic activity. So the economic activities means here they are going to earn their money for their livelihoods. That are the economic activities, and here the non-economic activities means here they are going to render a services. That is known as non-economic activities. And here again in this economic activities, here we are going to broadly classify into three types. In that first one is business, and the second one is professional, and the third one is employment. So you already know the meaning of business. So the business means buying and selling of goods and services with the object of earning a profit is known as business. And here the next one is profession. So the profession means a particular person must have a particular skill about his occupation. He must have a particular skill or knowledge about his occupation. For example, doctors, lawyers, teachers, etc. And the next one is employment. So employment means here he is going to work for others is known as employment. And also learn the differences or differentiate between the business and profession and employment. And then later on you learn the business start activity. So the business start activity may be classified into two types. In that first one is industry and the second one is commerce. So the industry means here the raw materials can be converted into a finished goods is known as industry, and whether is the commerce means buying and selling of goods and services is known as commerce and having a profit. And again in this industry may be classified into three types. In the first one is primary industry, secondary industry and tertiary industry. So the primary industry means here they are going to extract a natural resources from the earth is known as primary industry. And here the secondary industry means already goods are extracted from the primary industry. That goods may be converted into a finished product is known as secondary industry. And in the tertiary industry means here they are going to give basic services with the help of primary industry, and the secondary industry, the tertiary industries are going to provide a services is known as tertiary industry. And again in this primary industry, here we are going to classify into the two types. In that first one is manufacturing industry. So primary industries can be classified into two types. In the first one is extractive industry and the second one is genetic industry. So extractive industry means a process that involves different estimates that lead to the extraction of raw materials from the earth. Here they are going to extract the raw materials from the earth is known as extractive industry. For example, mining and hunting and fishing. And the next one is genetic industry. So the genetic industries are those industries here it engaged in breeding plants and animals for the reproduction is known as genetic industry. For example, cattle farming, poultry farming. And the next one is here the secondary industry. So secondary industry means here they already extracted from a primary industry that the raw materials are converted into a finished products. In that here we are going to classify into two types. In that first one is manufacturing industry and the second one is construction industry. So the manufacturing industries means these industries are engaged in producing goods through processing of a raw materials. Here they are going to convert their raw materials into a finished product is known as a manufacturing industries. And again in this manufacturing industries here we are going to classify into a four types. In the first one is analytical industry. So in analytical industry means here we are going to separate a different elements of raw materials, and that means here they are going to convert their raw materials into a many finished products. So the analytical industry means here they are going to convert their raw materials into a many other different finished product is known as analytical industry. And the next one is analytical industry. Next one is synthetical industry. So the synthetical industry means which combines various ingredients into a new product. Here they are going to convert various ingredients into a new product is known as synthetical industry. For example, cement. And the next one is processing industry. So the processing industry means here the stages which is for manufacturing a finished product. So the raw materials can be converted into a finished product. That is known as processing industry. For example, sugar. And the next one is sugar and paper. And the next one is assembling industry. So the assembling industries are those industries which assembles the different components into make a new product. Assembling industry means here they are going to combine, or else here they are going to assemble different components to make a new product is known as assembling industry. For example, televisions, cars, etc. And the next one, second type of secondary industry is construction industry. So the construction industries are those industries here they are always engaged in constructing the buildings, dams, etc. is known as constructive industry. And the third one is territory industry. So you already know the meaning of territory industry. So the territory industry means it includes or it involves a primary industry and secondary industry. For that, here they are going to provide a services is known as territory industries. And the next second classification in the business activity chart is commerce. So the commerce can be classified or bifurcated into two types. The first one is trade and the second one is trade and trade. So here the trade means buying and selling of goods and services for the motive or for the objective of earning profit is known as a trade. And the next one is ancillaries to trade. So the ancillaries to trade means here they are going to provide services to a business organizations like a banking and transportation, warehousing, financing, etc. is known as ancillaries to trade. And here again in this trade can be classified into two types. The first one is internal trade and external trade. So the internal trade means buying and selling of goods and services within the boundaries of a nation is known as internal trade. And here again in this internal trade here we are going to classify into the two types. The first one is wholesale trade and the second one is retail trade. So here the wholesale trade means buying and selling of goods and services in a large quantities for the purpose of resale is known as wholesale trade. And the next one is retail trade. So here the buying and selling of goods and services in a small quantities to the ultimate consumers is known as retail trade. And the next one is external trade. This is the second type of trade. So the external trade is trade between two or more countries. Here the trade between buying and goods and selling between two or more countries is known as a external trade. So the external trade can be classified into three types. The first one is export trade. So the export trade means selling goods for a other country, that is known as export trade. And the second one is import trade. So the import trade means buying a goods from other country is known as import trade. And the third one is interport trade. So the interport trade means buying goods from our country and the goods will be sold to some other country is known as interport trade. These are the main classifications of business activities chart. And now let's move on to the objectives of Objectives of business. Next one is objectives of business. So the objectives of business means here they aim to something to hit. Here they are going to achieve something in business. So what are the objectives of business means? In the first one is it is a source of income for a business person. So here the business is going to earn a income for the business person. And the second point is it is a source for the finance for meeting a expansion requirement of the business. So here the finance, it gives a finance, that means there is a lifeblood of business, and also the finance gives here finance expands a business organizations. And the next one is it indicates the efficient working of business. So efficient working means here they are going to complete a task within a specified time period. The workers are going to complete their task within a specified time period. And the next one is here it takes the society is going to make utilization of the business. That means here the businesses are going to satisfy the needs of a customers. And then the last one is here the objective, main objective of business is here they are going to build reputation of the business enterprise. So the reputation means here they are going to build goodwill, means good name of a business enterprise. These are the objectives of business. And the next one is the multiple objectives of business. In that first one is market standing. So the market standing refers to it is a position or it relates relations between the enterprise and the competitors. It shows the relation between a enterprise and the competitors. That means here the business enterprises are going to offer a or here they are going to satisfy a needs of a customers. And the next one is innovation. So here the innovation means here they are going to give a here it is a innovation means it is a new idea or a thought or a method to be made or get done is known as innovation. So here the innovations are having two kinds of innovation. In that first one is innovation in a product or a service in a different way, in a different innovative way. Here they are going to manufacture a product or a services. That is one of the kind of innovation. And the second one is here they are going to add that innovation in a skill or a knowledge basis. Here they are going to apply their innovations or ideas and thoughts in a skills in a production of a product or a services. And the next one is productivity. So the productivity means here it ascertains the profits and losses. So here it ascertains the profits and losses, and it aims at greater productivity and as well as the profitability. And the next one is physical and financial resources. Physical resources are those resources like plants, machineries, land and building. And the next one is financial resources. So the financial resources are those resources are aiming they are going to requirement they are going to satisfy the requirements and use them efficiently. And the next one is financial resources means here they are going to supply or they are going to produce a goods and services to the customers. Here they are having a capability to supply goods and services. That is known as physical and financial resources. And the next one is main objective is earning profit. The business main objective is to earn a profit. And the next one is manager performance and development. So the manager performance and development, here the entrepreneurs, business entrepreneurs have to motivate a manager's development because here they have to conduct a more encouraging and motivation programs to a managers to motivate their work. And the next one is worker performance and attitude. So the worker performance and attitude means here they are going to contribute their contribution towards their productivity and as well as the profitability. So these are the main objectives of business. And next main important multiple objective of business is social responsibility. So that the business entrepreneurs may have to value the norms and behaviors of the society. Here they have to value the norms and behaviors of the society. So your social responsibility refers to it is an obligation for the business organization, and also here they have to solve a problems or social problems. These are the main multiple objectives of business. And the next topic is business risk. So the business risk refers to the possibility of inadequate profit or the possibility of inadequate losses. Here they are going to incur losses unknowingly is known as business risk. So what are the business risks? For example, here the demand for the particular product may be decreases because of customer taste and preferences, or here they are going to rise in prices. This is the best example for the business risk. And what are the business risks may be classified into two types. In the first one is speculative risk and second one is pure risk. So here the speculative risk means possibility, it involves both the possibility of gain and as well as possibility of the losses. And the pure risk, so here the pure risk means only losses may incur or no loss. This is called as pure risk. And the next one is nature of business risk. In that first one is business risk arises due to uncertainties. Due to lack of knowledge, here the uncertainties are going to happen. What are the uncertainties means? Like natural calamities, whether natural calamities means floods, earthquakes, lightnings, heavy rains, etc. And here the demand decreases for a particular product or prices or political issues. These are the uncertainties. And then second one is risk is an essential part of every business. So your different organizations are having a different kinds of risk. So without risk, you are not able to run a business organization. And the next one is degree of risk depends mainly upon the nature and size of business. So the nature means what kind of goods and services here we are going to start, and the size of business, whether the business may be going to start with a large scale business or a small scale business. And the last one is profit is risk is the reward of a profit taking. Without taking a risk here we are not able to run we are not able to earn a profit. These are the main nature of business risk. And the next one is causes of business risk. So causes of business risk means you already know the natural calamity, natural causes, human causes. So natural causes like earthquake, floods, lightnings, etc. And here the human causes like the workers' dishonesty and carelessness about a products. And the next one is economic causes. So the economic causes means here they are going to economic causes like demand decreases for the particular product or the increases in prices, etc. And the next one is other causes means here the political issues arises for the business organization. These are the causes of a business risk. And the next one is here, after seeing this all rest of business, if you want to start a business means here we have to learn some basic factors. In the first factor is selection of line of a business, and the second one is size of the business, and third one is the location of a business, and the fourth one is worker performance and their attitudes, and the fifth one is tax planning, and next choice of form of organization, physical facilities, plant level, tax planning, and launching a business enterprises. These are the basic factors to start a business. So dear student, this is the conclusion or conclude of this chapter. So now in our next session here we are going to start with the second chapter. So that is basic forms of business organization. So in that chapter here we are going to learn what are the different kinds of business organization. First one sole proprietorship, and second one partnership, and the third one cooperative societies, joint into families, joint stock companies, and all you are going to learn. So dear student, get well prepared for this second chapter. Please make a note of first chapter. This is the conclusion for the first chapter. Thank you for listening me.